Don't be ridiculous, Franklin. I've read the files. The doctor is a man.
I've had an upgrade. Hi.
I need you to fix his suit.
The suit is literal perfection.
It will be. When it fits a woman.
I remember when I was doing Hunger Games, nobody had ever put a woman in the lead of an action movie because it wouldn't work. We were told, girls and boys can both identify with a male lead, but boys cannot identify with a female lead.
Well, here's the thing, Bruce. I'm great at controlling my anger. I do it all the time. But when I'm catcalled in the street, when incompetent men explain my own area of expertise to me, I do it pretty much every day, because if I don't, I will get called emotional or difficult, or I might just literally get murdered. So I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you.
Why are you the way that you are?
I'm like a superhero or something.
Hello, good people of the internet, it's new content from Malcontent, and if you have seen a female superhero-centric movie from MCU and did not like it, it doesn't mean that the movie was simply not very good. No. It means that you are intolerant, and you not liking the movie is a backward way of thinking. Well, at least according to Sarah Michelle Gellar. In the newest fresh interview in The Guardian, we have the example of another celebrity, of course, blaming who? Fans. The audience for the problems and for the failings of a multi-dollar entertainment franchise, people. So again, we have this kind of attitude of absolutely not considering the fact that, maybe studios themselves can be responsible for their own problems instead of actually people who pay money to see a good show. So, Buffy the Vampire Slayer is talking right now about Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, possibly Black Widow, all superhero female-centric movies. And she explains here why these movies were not very successful. It wasn't because of the script, it wasn't because of the story, it was about production values, no. It was about something completely different. It was about, brace yourself for this, toxic fans who are of course responsible for these movies' lack of success. We have a mystery solved, people. So, let me read here from movieweb.com. There's a quote from her interview. Genre is where women can really succeed and hold an audience. Every time a Marvel movie tries to do a female cast, it just gets torn apart. Unfortunately, audiences weren't as accepting. There is still this mentality of the male superhero, this very backwards way of thinking. Here we go. We have male superheroes who are supposed to be successful. We are not accepting of women. Really? And remember, where have I seen this before? Where have I heard this before? Oh yeah. Do you remember the criticism of Captain Marvel? Do you remember how Brie Larson responded? Exactly the same way. We were bigots for not liking Captain Marvel the movie. So, there we go again. Okay, but seriously though, these movies were not rejected because the protagonist was female. Those movies were rejected because they had terrible storylines, they were not very good, they were pushing diversity politics, women great, men bad, especially white, straight, and there was almost no change for the characters. There was almost no story journey for characters. Do you remember Tony Stark? Do you remember in Iron Man 3 movies how he changed? How from a narcissistic buffoon he actually became someone who sacrificed his own life for the sake of saving the universe. That was a great character arc, character journey. Those journeys are missing from superhero female-centric movies. Because someone was, I don't know, too afraid of showing a weak female on screen. Which is actually necessary to show the journey of improving yourself. Do you remember such thing from Captain Marvel? No, because you know what? The only thing Captain Marvel had to improve inside was to actually remember who she was and understand her own powers, and that was it. And once she did it, she very easily defeated everyone around her. And the Black Widow, you may ask? Well, first off, the movie had very bland story, very predictable and very forgettable villain, of course older, white and male because, you know, diversity. And this movie was made way too late. We fans were begging for Black Widow-centric movie for years. And the same Marvel, who is right now owned by Disney yelling about diversity and inclusion, was denying us this very movie because they were afraid that female-centric movie wouldn't bring them as much money as they wanted to. And right now, they have 180 turn and they want everything to be women-centric, and we are bigots for not liking it. And when finally Natasha Romanoff has been always one of the best female superheroes I've seen on screen, when she finally got her own movie, it was too late. Because guess what? There were no stakes. We already knew Natasha was dead. She died in the endgame. What's the point of creating a prequel if we already know everything? This is why that show wasn't successful. Not because the protagonist was a woman, for crying out loud. And do you remember why MCU, why Marvel even started thinking about creating female-centric movies? Because of a success of the Wonder Woman of DC. Guess what? The main protagonist was a superhero female and everybody loved her. And right now we have Sarah Michelle Gellar, who is boldly claiming that it's because of toxicity of audience male-oriented. Because they apparently cannot admit that they made mistakes by doing something that audience simply doesn't want, by creating stories that are not acceptable. And let me remind you something at the very end. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I can easily consider as a superhero female-centric TV show, was amazingly popular. And the main protagonist is the same Sarah Michelle Gellar, who is right now crapping on everyone for not liking female-centric movies. Alright people, that's it for today. It was new content from Malcontent. Don't listen to celebrities talking crap like this. Vote with your wallets and hope for superhero movies with good storylines, whether it's male or female centric. If the story is good, people will see it. See you next time. Cheers. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, drop a like and press the notification bell so you won't miss anything I upload. And if you didn't enjoy this, hell, subscribe anyway. At least you will know when there is a new video to actively hate.